Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Joe Gruender. Some of you know me as SectorSurfer Joe. And why is that? Because we're at our 6th meeting for this year for Sector Surfers. I'm video recording this presentation this evening in hopes that we can send it out and share it with other Sector Surfers, members of the Users Group, who are unable to be here tonight. So hopefully the videos will come out and everything will work out fine. As you know, today is November the 6th. We're between Halloween and we're between Thanksgiving. And what do we have at that time of the year? Pumpkins. And what color are pumpkins? Orange, right? So in honor of the festival this time of year, I wore my pumpkin colored shirt. The problem is, after putting my shirt on, I turned and I looked in the mirror and I said, oh my gosh, I even look like a pumpkin right through here. So I don't know about any of you, you all look in perfect shape and condition, but I need to lose some weight here in the center section, so wish me luck. So here we are, the Users Group. Go ahead, Sid, if you don't mind. This is the standard disclosure statement. Everything here is for information only this evening, so don't run out and make some purchases based on what you hear this evening. Okay? This is our agenda for this evening. I'm doing, of course, the introduction. Then I'm going to go through what's surfing with SectorSurfer. To let you know what's going on right now with SectorSurfer, I received some information from Scott Judd, our Chief SectorSurfer. We have a guest speaker, Al Z. He's infamous throughout Northern California, so we're very pleased to have Al Z here this evening. Also, I'm going to, if we have time, going to share with you where can you get some additional information on SectorSurfer. There's more than 5 places you can go to get information on SectorSurfer. Many of our users out there throughout the world don't know where you can go to get information on SectorSurfer. If we don't have time to share that tonight, I'll make a video and we'll put it out on my new website, investorshelp.net. And then finally, once again, if we have time, we're going to have some general discussions, hopefully some time to answer some of your questions and a little discussion. So let's begin. Too much. We all know that, as I mentioned, this is our 6th meeting. I started the SectorSurfer Users Group last November. In fact, it's 1 year. I had the pleasure of meeting and listening to Scott Judd give a presentation at the AAII conference here in Santa Clara. And that started it all. So that's when I began the SectorSurfer Users Group. We try to meet every 2 months. So far we've been doing that right on schedule. That's why we're at the 6th meeting. We have a SectorSurfer Users Group that's available through Google Groups. And then one of the things I'd like to mention, it's very important to check the welcome letter at the Google Groups SectorSurfer. The reason for that, I put all the most current information, what's going on, what's coming up in the welcome letter. It's easier than going through 300 or 400 or 500 emails to find out what's going on. So I have the current information in the welcome letter. Let me ask, do we have any new people here tonight that either they don't know anything about SectorSurfer that are here joining us this evening? There's one lady over there, a gentleman here. Sue, are you new?
She's embarrassed.
She's embarrassed. Well, for those of you that are new, we'd like to welcome you to our SectorSurfer Users Group. Also, I'd like to thank Sid Kaiser, who allowed us to join in with the CTAG, Computerized Technical Analysis Group, this evening, so it's a combined meeting. I'll be talking, or Al and I will be talking up to approximately 8 p.m., and then the Computerized Technical Analysis Group will begin their meeting. We do have, and I'll cover this in more depth, a lot of SectorSurfer videos that are available on investorshelp.net. And finally, you can find, I'm setting up a new page where we're going to put all of the meetings, recordings that we're taking at the SectorSurfer meetings. So that way, you don't have to go through, we have 94 videos now, you don't have to look for where's the video on the meetings. You just go to this URL, which is basically the SectorSurfer meetings page. Okay? As you all know, when we have questions, we go to the source of all information, and that is Scott Judd's through SectorSurfer.com. Or you can also get there going through somegrowth.com. I'm going to briefly review with you what's going on right now as far as SectorSurfer is concerned, and also what's coming up in the very near future. Good. The most recent information we received is the November newsletter, or Scott refers to it as the Perspective. Has anyone gotten their copy of their Perspective email? Okay, a few of you have. Some of you haven't. Maybe you haven't had a time to look at it. So I'm going to take just a few minutes this evening and go through the November newsletter, or the November Perspective. As you notice, this is the November. Do all of them say, Dear Joe, Dear Chuck, Dear Bill? Are they all like that when you get yours?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I like that. It's very personal. Scott reviews what's going on here as far as what are the charts telling us right now. The area he is talking about here is healthcare, and he even gives you a symbol somewhere down here, IYH. Healthcare ETF has already outperformed the S&P by 10% this year. So you may want to look through that. Also, he has the S&P for 6 months, and he shows the S&P 500 for 6 years. As you can see here, we have broken out to a new high on the S&P 500. Okay. In the center of his Perspective, our newsletter, he has a subject of model portfolios. I don't know if you've had a chance to read that, but this is a brand new area that is very interesting, and he's promoting the concept of post-surfer diversification. So I would encourage you to review that, click on this link here, and see what Scott is saying, because this is where we're headed as far as model portfolios, and he has several for you to look at. And as you'll see here next, you can find the post-surfing diversification located under advanced topics. So what you do, you click on that, and it will take you to the information on portfolio management and model portfolios. Okay. Now, Scott came up with an interesting idea, and that is, let's have a portfolio design contest. And I'm happy to say many of us here within this room can actually participate and perhaps win one of the gifts that Scott is offering. He explains briefly here, what is this all about? You can download the portfolio design contest rules by clicking here. So let's do that. And then you will see the details for the design contest. Now, I'm not going through all the details here, but there will be one grand Surf Master Prize. And I hope it's one of the many sector surfers here tonight. Wouldn't that be great if we could say, the master is from San Jose, California. So get your thinking caps on and let's see what we can do. There are going to be 10 Surfmaster prizes given out. So maybe one of us will be a Surfmaster. And then there are going to be many Surf Pro prizes you can participate in. These are the model portfolios that are currently up there, and Scott is asking us, could we come up with perhaps a better portfolio? And could we present some rationale as far as why do we think our portfolio might be better? There will be then a judging, and some of the prizes, of course, here are the mugs and your own, let's say, polo shirt with SectorSurfer on it. Then we can all wear it for future meetings, right? Okay, let's go to the next page. Now, here are all the rules. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just take a few minutes, go through it, and you'll quickly understand what he's looking for. There are some portfolios where you're limited to only 4 strategies. Others, you can have more than 4. That's all explained here. Tells you about the judging, who will pick, and then how to submit your portfolio designs. There is a limit. You can only submit 2 model portfolios. That's all we need. In fact, we probably only need to submit 1 and we'll win, right? Okay. This is a reminder that for those of us who have subscriptions to SectorSurfer, he's no longer using Google Wallet. Google Wallet is going away, and he's now using the Amazon subscription method. So be sure to update, if you haven't already, your subscription to SectorSurfer so that you'll have no problems with your subscription when Google Wallet ends on the 22nd of November. Okay? What's coming up? Just like last November, Scott and his team had the presentation here in Santa Clara. This year, they're going down to Florida. I guess they want to stay warm in the cold weather, get out of the Seattle area, get away from the snow and ice, and head down to Florida in November. So I'm sure there's many of us in this vast crowd here tonight that will be heading with the team down to Florida. So hopefully you'll stay warm down there. There's going to be some workshops, and let's go to the next page, we can see it better. First of all, it's taking place in Orlando from the 15th to the 17th of November. On the 15th of November, let's go to the next page, they're going to have a booth. On the 15th, on the 16th is when they're going to have their workshop. The workshop topic is, how does this sound? Adaptive asset class and sector rotation strategies. What more could you ask for, right? Hopefully everyone understands. The new people, don't worry about it. You don't have to understand that. I'm sure if and when you attend the workshop, you'll understand it crystal clear. Okay, Seth. And here's a description of the workshop. I'm not going to read all this because this presentation will also be available. You can review it at your leisure. Okay? Now, here's a possible change that's coming up. Hasn't been announced yet. We're going to give you the first opportunity to give us your comments, if you have any. The current format right now, shown over here under My Strategies, you see here we have notes, and you're allowed to type in notes. What is your notes? What are your comments regarding your particular strategy? What they're proposing to do is to give us the ability to get more insightful information on this same page. So the proposed format, in lieu of having notes, will have stats. First of all, when you hover over the box here, the name box, you'll get the notes. So you still have the notes feature, but you just get your notes by hovering over this name box. Then, an expansion, a new idea, there are some key stats, key statistics that you would like to know about your strategy. Currently, they're proposing putting in the score, for that strategy and also the safety rating for that strategy. What they would also like to do is give us the ability, when we click on, or excuse me, hover over the stats box, we'll get more stats. So in addition to the score and the safety, you'll have a variety of other stats you can immediately see for that particular strategy. Now the question is, and I'm hitting you off guard here, what other stats would we like to see in addition to safety and score if you had a choice?
Sharp ratio.
A sharp ratio. Okay, I'm not going to write this down. I'm going to repeat it, and then when we watch the video, assuming it comes out okay, we'll know. Sharp ratio is another idea. Yeah.
For me, trade frequency.
Trade frequency.
So like 4 trades a year or 1 in 10.
Okay, that's a good one. So that way we'll immediately know. Is it typically on average 4 trades a year, 3 trades? Anything else?
Portfolio beta?
Beta? Okay. Sure, it's nice to have beta. Anything else?
Too
Of
bad
course.
you can't tell me how much money I'm gonna make.
Okay, that's the best one. I like that one. How much money are we going to make in the future? We'll pay even more for that, right? Anything else? Of course, if it was up to me, I'd say give us all the stats. Let us pick and choose. Give us all. But I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know from a programming standpoint if it's too much to ask for. But I was always taught, ask for the moon, right? No telling what you'll get. Maybe you get the moon. Speaking of that, I think Scott is working on some surprises for us. Last year he had some really cool ideas, some features that he gave to us for Christmas, for the holiday season, or you want to say Happy Hanukkah. I think he's working on something, but he hasn't shared them with me yet, but something's coming. I don't know if he'll reveal them in November, perhaps at the AAII meeting, or if he'll reveal it later this year, closer to the holidays. So we'll see. Scott, make it happen, whatever you're working on. We appreciate it. Okay, what we're going to do now, I don't want to use up all the time because we do have an infamous speaker here tonight. As I said before, one of the best known speakers here in Northern California. And we do have several of LZ's videos available for you at our website, so you may want to check it out. So, in a minute, I'm going to change the slides here and we'll introduce LZ.